Hi friends, how are you? In this video we learn about Russia-Ukraine war, so let's start the video. Ukraine-Russia war information. Detailed information about Ukraine-Russia war. The conflict between Russia and Ukraine began in 2014 when Russia annexed Crimea, a region of Ukraine. This annexation was widely condemned by the international community and led to economic sanctions against Russia. In the months that followed, pro-Russian separatists in the eastern region of Ukraine declared independence, leading to a civil war that has resulted in thousands of deaths. The conflict has displaced many people and has led to a humanitarian crisis in the region. The United States and European Union have supported the Ukrainian government in its conflict with Russia, while Russia has denied involvement in the fighting and has accused the West of interfering in Ukraine's internal affairs. There have been several attempts to negotiate a peace settlement, but the conflict has continued to escalate and has had significant consequences for the region and the international community. Detailed information about Russia. Russia is a country located in northern Eurasia. It is the world's largest country by land area, covering more than 6.6 million square miles. Russia is a federal semi-presidential republic, with Moscow as its capital and largest city. The official language of Russia is Russian. The country has a population of over 145 million people, making it the world's 9th most populous country. The majority of the population is of Russian ethnicity, but the country is home to a diverse mix of ethnicities and cultures. Russia has a mixed economy that is largely based on oil and natural gas exports. It is a member of the United Nations, the Council of Europe, and the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, among other international organizations. Throughout its history, Russia has played a significant role in global affairs. It has a permanent seat on the United Nations Security Council and is one of the world's leading nuclear powers. Russia has a rich cultural heritage and is known for its literature, music, and art. Power of Russia. Russia is a major world power and has a significant influence on global affairs. It has the world's second largest military budget, after the United States, and is a recognized nuclear power. Russia has a permanent seat on the United Nations Security Council, which gives it veto power over the Council's decisions. It is also a member of the G20, which is a group of the world's largest economies, and the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, a regional security organization. In terms of energy resources, Russia is the world's largest exporter of natural gas and the second largest exporter of oil. These resources, along with its large land area and population, give Russia significant economic and political leverage on the global stage. Russia also has a strong diplomatic presence around the world and maintains relations with many countries. It has a complex relationship with the United States, which is often characterized by tensions and differences on issues such as arms control and international conflicts. However, the two countries also cooperate on a range of issues, including counterterrorism and space exploration. Ukraine. Detailed information about Ukraine. Ukraine is a country in Eastern Europe. It is the second largest country in Europe, after Russia. The capital of Ukraine is Kyiv. Ukrainian is the official language of the country. The population of Ukraine is about 42 million people. The country has a diverse landscape, with the Carpathian Mountains in the west and the Crimean Peninsula in the south. The Dnieper River, which flows through the country, is an important waterway. Ukraine has a mixed economy, with a large agricultural sector and a growing industrial base. The country is rich in natural resources, including coal, natural gas, and iron ore. It is a major producer of grain, and is also known for its dairy and meat products. Ukraine has a long and rich history. It was once a part of the Soviet Union, but gained independence in 1991. The country has faced a number of challenges in recent years, including political instability and conflict with Russia. However, it has made significant progress in implementing democratic reforms and strengthening its economy. Detailed information about the power of Ukraine. The government of Ukraine is a unitary parliamentary republic. The president of Ukraine is the head of state, and the prime minister is the head of government. The president is elected by popular vote, while the prime minister is appointed by the president and approved by the parliament. The parliament of Ukraine, known as the Verkhovna Rada, is composed of 450 members who are elected by popular vote. The parliament is responsible for making laws and overseeing the work of the government. The judicial system of Ukraine is independent of the other branches of government. It is divided into two main branches, the court system and the prosecutor's office. The court system is responsible for interpreting and applying the law, while the prosecutor's office is responsible for investigating and prosecuting crimes. Ukraine is a member of a number of international organizations, including the United Nations, the Council of Europe, and the World Trade Organization. It is also a member of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization's NATO Partnership for Peace program. Which countries support Russia and why? Russia is a significant global power and has a number of allies and partners around the world. Some countries that have close relationships with Russia include Belarus. Belarus is a close ally of Russia, and the two countries have a union agreement that allows for close economic and political cooperation. China. Russia and China have a strategic partnership and have cooperated on a number of issues, including energy and security. India. India and Russia have a long-standing relationship, with strong ties in the areas of defense and energy. Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan is a member of the Russian-led Eurasian Economic Union and has a close relationship with Russia. Serbia. Serbia is a traditional ally of Russia, and the two countries have close cultural and historical ties. Syria. Russia has provided military support to the Syrian government in its conflict with rebel groups, and has a naval base in the country. Turkmenistan. Turkmenistan is a major supplier of natural gas to Russia, and the two countries have a strong economic relationship. Vietnam. Russia and Vietnam have a long history of cooperation, and Russia is a major supplier of military equipment to Vietnam. There are many other countries that also have close relationships with Russia for a variety of reasons, including shared political, economic, and cultural ties. Which countries support Ukraine and why? Ukraine has a number of allies and partners around the world, including countries in Europe, North America, and Asia. Some countries that have close relationships with Ukraine include Canada. Canada has been a strong supporter of Ukraine's independence and democratic development, and has provided economic and military assistance to the country. Georgia. Georgia and Ukraine have a strong relationship, with both countries seeking closer ties with the West and working to counter Russian influence in the region. Lithuania. Lithuania is a strong supporter of Ukraine and has provided economic and political support to the country. Poland. Poland and Ukraine have a close relationship, with both countries working to strengthen ties with the European Union and NATO. United Kingdom. The UK has been a strong supporter of Ukraine and has provided economic and military assistance to the country. United States. The U.S. has been a strong supporter of Ukraine and has provided economic and military assistance to the country. The U.S. has also criticized Russia's actions in Ukraine, including the annexation of Crimea. There are many other countries that also have close relationships with Ukraine for a variety of reasons, including shared political, economic, and cultural ties. Russia-Ukraine war consequences. What is the disadvantage of Russia-Ukraine war? The Russia-Ukraine war, also known as the Russo-Ukrainian conflict, has had a number of negative consequences for both Russia and Ukraine. Some of the main disadvantages of the war include human casualties. The conflict has caused thousands of deaths and injuries and has displaced millions of people. Economic disruption. The war has disrupted trade and economic activity in the region, resulting in economic losses for both Russia and Ukraine. Strained relations. The conflict has led to a significant deterioration in relations between Russia and Ukraine, as well as between Russia and other countries. Increased military spending. Both Russia and Ukraine have had to increase military spending in order to fund their respective efforts in the war, which has put a strain on their economies. International isolation. The conflict has led to increased international isolation for Russia, as many countries have imposed economic sanctions and diplomatic measures in response to Russia's actions in Ukraine. What is the end of Russia-Ukraine war? The Russia-Ukraine war, also known as the Russo-Ukrainian conflict, is an ongoing conflict that began in 2014 when Russia annexed Crimea and later supported separatist rebels in eastern Ukraine. Despite numerous efforts to find a peaceful resolution to the conflict, including several rounds of negotiations and peace agreements, the fighting has continued. As of 2021, the conflict remains unresolved, and there is no end in sight. How can we stop Russia-Ukraine war? There have been a number of efforts to find a peaceful resolution to the Russia-Ukraine war, also known as the Russo-Ukrainian conflict. Some of the main efforts to stop the war include diplomatic efforts. there have been numerous rounds of negotiations and peace talks between Russia, Ukraine, and other countries in an effort to find a peaceful resolution to the conflict. Sanctions. Many countries, including the United States and the European Union, have imposed economic sanctions on Russia in an effort to pressure the country to withdraw its support for the separatist rebels in eastern Ukraine. Peacekeeping missions. The United Nations and other international organizations have deployed peacekeeping missions to the region in an effort to maintain peace and stability. Ceasefires. There have been a number of ceasefires agreed to by both sides in the conflict, although these have often been short-lived and not fully respected. Ultimately, the best way to stop the Russia-Ukraine war will likely be through a combination of diplomatic efforts, sanctions, and other measures that can help to create the conditions for a lasting peace. If you liked this video, so subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for more informative videos. Thank you.